Welcome back to Northeast Current. Artistically speaking now, we take a look at the artistic side of northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Can two divorced women share an apartment without driving each other crazy? Well, you'll find out at the Corner Bistro Dinner Theater in Carbondale as they present The Female Odd Couple. You're used to Felix and Oscar. Well, now it's the story of Florence and Olive, two middle-aged women who find themselves divorced at an unlikely time in life. It is directed by McClintock and starring Carol Davis and Mariel Consagra. Kay and Carol join us today. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, a little bit of a different spin to the Neil Simon classic that we're going to be seeing in Carbondale.
Indeed it is, but if you compare it with the script from the male version, you'll find there are a lot of similarities.
Really?
The storyline is basically the same. Instead of playing poker, they're playing Trivial Pursuit. That's the female part of it.
Okay.
So, other than that, it's very similar.
Very much the same.
Yes, it is.
This is your directing debut, correct?
Yes, it is. And I'm very excited about it.
I was there at the birth of it, too, because I remember, I think you and I were talking in the theater.
That's right.
And
that's right.
Kay said to me, you know, I've always wanted to try directing, and owner of the theater, Rob Misko, overheard and said, you want to try it?
He said, are you serious? And I said, well, yes. And so here I am.
And here you are.
Yes, I am. And I find it's a completely different experience from being on stage. And I love it. I'm really enjoying it. You can just kind of see it all develop, whereas you're on your stage, you're so in the middle of it, you know, you can't pull yourself back and really see what's happening. But now I can sit back and I can make it happen. And it's fun.
I think a lot of people were surprised when you weren't playing the character of Florence.
Oh, yes.
Because it's a very Kay role. But
yes,
I think there are two very good reasons. One, I personally tried to act and direct at the same time, and oh my God.
I didn't want to do that. I thought for my very first time at directing anyway, I wanted to be able to sit back and mold it the way I could see it and not be in the middle of it. So I really opted not to do that. And when I read the play, Carol's voice was in my head. And I kept saying, she's perfect, and she is. She's doing a wonderful job.
And here she is, Florence Unger herself, Carol Davis.
Yeah.
You've played so many different types of roles through your years in the theater. This is, well, I'll let you say what you said to me on the phone the other day about it. Or not on the phone, in the parking garage at the CMC hospital.
It's very different, very different, but I'm loving it. I really am enjoying it. I never thought I could do anything like this. I'm a song and dance man, so to speak, and I don't have any songs to sing in this one, so I have to do it with just talking and busying myself, keeping that apartment clean, and it is a tough job.
Do you find yourself going back to Tony Randall or Jack Lemmon, or is this a completely new, completely different Carol-created character?
I think it's a combination. I think, you know, I see Tony Randall in my mind. I see Jack Lemmon in my mind, but then somehow
or
when
is there even some Kevin
it,
Hammonds in there?
and maybe even some Kevin, but then all of a sudden there's me getting all mixed up in there too, you know, and yeah, I think there is a lot of me in there too. But I've never really, I don't think in real life have I ever vocalized and argued as much as I have in this, and Mariel is a wonderful opposite. We just click, and we fight very well.
Well, I've known you for the better part of 11 years and have never heard you raise your voice once. Well, except to your husband, maybe once or twice.
Maybe.
But I don't know if that counts.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a little bit of a challenge.
It is. It is.
Pull that
to
out
just
of
sort
yourself.
of, right, yeah, and hopefully I'm doing it. I'm trying. Because I have to be reminded every once in a while. I don't realize that I am basically a quiet person, and so I have to let it out. But it's fun doing that. It's a wonderful release.
And what's it like working with Kay? You can tell me the truth. She can't hear you.
I've worked with Kay on a lot of different occasions, not this particular type of occasion, but it's wonderful. It's great. We've always had a good rapport, and it's still there. So I hope she's enjoying it as much as I am.
Kay, is it different for you to, you've been an actor for so long and you've been on stage with Carol and with Mariel and with the rest of the cast. Is it different to kind of take that step back and be in a different position?
You know, one of the things I was a little bit concerned about, the fact that we'd always worked together like that as actresses together, is would they be willing to take direction, you know, from me? Could I take on this more or less boss role and not offend anybody, but still say, you know, let's do this and let's do that? And I've just been amazed how they all stop and they listen. And I'm just having a wonderful time bossing people. So, you know, it really is, it's working out very well. And I will have to say this, that this is the best thing I've ever seen Carol do.
Really?
It really is. I've just sat back and have marveled, because she's always before been more restrained. This role, you can't be restrained in it. I mean, she weeps and wails and makes weird noises and everything else, you know. And Carol has come through it beautifully.
So the sinus, all that, that's still in it?
You ought to hear it, yeah. She's practiced
Can you do a little bit for us real quick? Come on. Quick sinus before we go to commercial.
My moose call?
Yeah. On that note, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to meet Mariel Consagra, the other half of the duo. Stay with us. We're back. The neat one is gone. The sloppy one is here. Olive Madison. Ooh, Mariel Consagra. Welcome back to the show. Well, you were on the old Artistically Speaking
Yes,
a while
I was.
ago. We were discussing during the break. And now you're here to tell us all about Olive Madison. When this show first came about, Rob Misko, who runs the theater and is producing the show, called me and he said, you know, Kay's going to be directing The Female Odd Couple, and he said, now she hasn't cast it, but in my mind I just see Mariel as the Oscar role. It seems that it's right up your alley. Is it true?
It certainly is. My cooking rivals is, or hers, I should say. And anyone who knows me or who's been in my kitchen knows exactly what could happen. So this isn't acting too much. It's just stretching my life.
So you're kind of very much playing yourself here.
Very much so, very relaxed.
Now, tell us a little bit about Olive, what we might not know about her. Everybody knows Oscar, but we don't all know Olive.
Well, I really like Olive. Olive is very down to earth. Olive calls it like it is. Olive is just waiting for a Felix to come and really bring her to life.
Olive is a lot like Mariel, isn't she?
She is, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got the easiest job in the world here.
Hey, it's all the casting, you know. I really have been so fortunate. They're all just melding into this role just beautifully.
Tell me about the rest of the cast.
Don't ask me for last names.
I won't ask you for last names. I'll interject those that I know.
Okay, thank you. Of course, these are the other players who are playing Trivial Pursuit, so they keep showing up. They're Olive's and Florence's best friends. And what's interesting is these best friends are a wide range of ages. For instance, we have Becky, who is older. She has short gray hair, very sweet. Perfect for the role. She's a little dense in the role and is just perfect for Becky. Not that she's normally dense, but I mean, she plays
But she
the role
plays dense well.
She plays dense well. And then we have Christine, and Christine plays Mickey, the policeman, or policewoman, I should say. And she's very forceful, you know, and she's always worried about what's going to happen to Florence, this sort of thing. And then we have Sylvie, who's my daughter.
Oh, Shannon's in the show.
Yes, I have
Now, you had
Shannon.
told me that she was thinking about doing it, but I didn't know that it
And
actually
she did
came to
agree to
fruition.
do it, so here I am directing my daughter. And what was funny about that is the other day, she was starting to come on stage and she said, Mom, where am I supposed to go now? And I said, well, come up with an idea. She said, no, you tell me and I'll do it. And one of the cast members said, I bet you don't hear that very often, do you? And I could understand that. So, did I cover them all, Mariel?
The men.
Then you have, I know you have Frank Krantz and Mike McAndrew.
Frank Krantz and Mike McAndrew, who are Spanish gentlemen. And the first time they even read the part and came on stage, I laughed so hard that I was crying.
They are too
hysterically.
funny.
They are just, they play off of each other. The Spanish accents are just, oh my.
I have worked with both of them, and I have directed both of them.
Have you?
In comedy, and they are brilliant. Mike McAndrew is amazing because you just don't expect so many different characters to be able to come out of that guy, and they do.
And just the look on his face just cracks me up. I can't get through the scene without laughing out loud. So
How would you like to be on stage while
No,
he's
thank
doing
you. And try to keep a straight face with
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
That's got to be a challenge.
Oh, it is. It really is. Because now when I practice the lines at home, I hear their voices in my head, and I start laughing, and I'm in a room by myself. So you know how good that looks.
Carol had said, I don't think she said it on air, but she said it when we were talking one day, this was the most lines she's ever had to memorize. That's not the case with you.
No, no.
Because you did that one-woman show
Right,
quite a few years
94
ago.
minutes on stage.
But what I find amazing about Mariel is when she forgets a line, she has a photographic memory. And you actually read the script.
In my head.
Yeah.
I read words.
That's frightening, because when we talked, Kay and I talked a couple weeks into rehearsal, and she was saying, Mariel already knows all the lines.
I
Or
hate
something
people
like
like
that.
that.
No, that's what it was.
Let's hope they stay there.
So plenty of tickets available, I hope.
As far as I know.
That's good. You can call 282-7499 for the tickets. It's running October 18, 19, 24, 25, and 26. So you've got 5 chances to go out and see the show. It's at the Corner Bistro Dinner Theater in Carbondale. Buffet is served, a very good buffet, although I haven't eaten at it in years. We're always in the show,
because
so
we're
we
in the
never get
show.
to actually sit down and eat. 282-7499 for the tickets. It's a pretty good deal. So
Yes,
thank
it
you so
is.
much, ladies, for joining me.
Well, thank
today.
you.
Thank you, John.
I look forward to seeing the show myself. I look forward to seeing all of you there again, October 18, 19, 24, 25, 26. 282-7499 for tickets. We're going to take another short break. When we come back, a quick look at PAX at the Bloomsburg Fair. Stay with us.